Okay, so this video is about whether something is a complete sentence or a fragment. And remember, a fragment is something that is missing either a subject or a verb, and it's not a complete sentence. So if you're not sure what a subject and a verb is, or a noun and a verb, make sure to watch the video from class on May 21, because that was the day that we analyzed the different parts of speech. Okay, so I'm going to show two learning games that you can use to practice whether something is a complete sentence or sentence fragment. And then I'll provide links to those games so that you can do more practice with them at home. So this is Quizlet, which maybe some of you have used before in reading class or in another class. So basically for this Quizlet, we're just identifying whether something is a complete sentence or a sentence fragment. So here we have the first example: the banana bread sold quickly. So here we have subject, which is bread, banana bread, and a verb, sold. So this is a complete sentence. So let me click it to check. Yep, it's a sentence. Now I'll go to the next one. Sally toasted the whole wheat bread. Here we have a subject, Sally, and a verb, toasted. So that is a complete sentence. See? Yep, we got it right. All right. Answer the phone. Is this a complete sentence? We don't see any subject. So can it be a complete sentence? The answer is yes. As explained in your book, if something is an imperative, a command, we say, a command, then yes, it can be a complete sentence because we're assuming it says you. Hey, you answer the phone. Okay, so this is a sentence. It's okay. Let's do a couple more. A secretary who typed well. Here we see a subject, a secretary, and it looks like there's a verb, typed. But when we have that who, it means it's an adjective clause. It means it's just this part of the sentence is just describing a secretary, and there needs to be more, like a main verb. So this is actually a fragment, the way it is. If we took out who and said a secretary typed well, that would be a complete sentence. Or if we say a secretary who typed well can always get a job, that would be a complete sentence. But the way this is a fragment. Okay, let's do a couple more examples. Jumping up and down and never stopping. In this sentence, we don't have a subject, and we only have verbs like a gerund, like jumping, never stopping. So a gerund can be the subject, but then there's no verb. This one doesn't have a subject. Can it be a command? No, because we don't give a command in the ing form. I don't say like finishing your homework. No, we only give it in the base form, like please finish your homework. So this one is actually a fragment because it doesn't have a subject and verb pair. Okay, this book describes life in the future. Here we have a subject, book, and a verb, describes, so that's a sentence. All right, and the soldier in the blue uniform. This is the last one we'll check. So here we have the soldier, which is a subject. And do we have anywhere in this part a verb? No, we don't. So this one is a fragment. Okay, so I'll put a link to this on Blackboard, and you can practice these activities in many different ways. Hopefully some of them you know, but if you click Learn, you would be able to see and select, just like down below here. There's often different other games that you can play too, that you can try. You could make a test for yourself and see if you were able to identify whether things were subjects and fragments or complete sentences on a test. It's just for practice. You can play a matching game. You can play a game like Gravity, which is where you need to, well, actually, I don't think you can play it on that one. Okay, here's one other type of quiz, which is game, which is called quizzes. This might be new for some, but my class usually does it. So this is kind of a fun one that gives us memes in between our questions, so it's kind of fun. So basically, they just are asking us to see if this is a sentence or a fragment. Brought to America by the Spanish. So here we have a verb, brought, but no subject. So this is not a sentence. This is a fragment, and I'm correct. Woohoo! Okay, now it says answers one question correctly. See how good I am. Oh, look how high I'm going. All right. Is the following a complete sentence or a sentence fragment? Bronco, another Spanish word. Here I see bronco can be the subject, but there's no verb in this sentence. So this one has to also be a fragment. Okay? Power up. It always gives us these like little things. I don't really understand them. I know the kids understand them. Maybe if you play a lot, you'll be able to understand it. Look, guys, I'm number 8. Woohoo. Okay. Wild herds of Mustangs in the American West. So here's our subject. Mustangs, that's a noun. American West is a noun. There's no verb there, so that has to be a fragment. Let's see what place I'm in. I moved up one place. All right, I'm going to do one more question together. Sometime in the year 1600, Plains Indians began to use horses. So here in this part, we just have a prepositional phrase that tells us like the time, in the morning, in the year 1600. So this part of the sentence is really the main part. And here we have Indians began, a subject and a verb. So this one is a sentence. And I am going up to power up. Woohoo! Okay, so these links are on Blackboard for you to try them out. And I just want you to really go through that same process when you're working on it and think about what's a complete sentence and what's a sentence fragment. Make sure you let me know if you have any questions about it so that I can help you. Thanks, guys.